Welcome to Why I Knit. My name is Rachel. I am your host. It is Saturday, January 10th, 2015. This is episode number 6. You can find all the show notes at whyknitvidcast.blogspot.com. Find me on Ravelry as Yarn Talk, Twitter as Why I Knit, and Instagram as Why I Knit. It's been an interesting week. It's been very cold here in lovely Delaware. I mean, it's not been below 0, but it's been felt like almost 0. Maybe even a little bit below. But thankfully, most of the time, I believe temperatures around here don't get below 0, so that's good. Other places in the area, though, do, like up in the mountains, the Pocono Mountains. They do, but thankfully around here they don't. From what I heard on my local news, today is supposed to be the last cold day. Tomorrow is supposed to be in the 30s. Monday is supposed to rain but be in the 30s. We actually have snow this week, so that will get all washed away, whatever's left. I think Tuesday is supposed to be in the 20s, it's supposed to be in the 30s the rest of the week, and then by next weekend it's supposed to get into the 40s again. So it's starting to stabilize. Thankfully it's not as brutal of temperature wise as it was last year. Last year it was very brutal. We were like in the 20s for like almost all of January. And now I think that was part of the reason why we went to Florida in April last year. Is because it was just so cold. We were so sick and tired of it. And even though it was going to be warming up by the time you get to April, it was like a very cold March too. So thankfully they said that this year around here it's not supposed to be as bad, even though the Farmer's Almanac had said that it was supposed to be worse. I don't know. I'll believe my local meteorologist a little more than the Farmer's Almanac. But yeah. Before I talk about what I'm working on this week, sending prayers to the country of France. So bonjour to all of my French viewers. Of course, it's been in the news almost this entire week. I'm not going to get into what the attacks were about, because that's pretty well known. So sending prayers to everyone in France. So with that, let us go on to what is on my needles. I just want to move one quick thing, because I want to show you mitered square. Yes, this is still number 2. It is still on the needles. I was actually hoping to get it off by this episode, but I kind of screwed up a little bit on it. I did decreases on the wrong side instead of the right side, but I caught myself like right away, so I pulled out those stitches, redid it, and then did the decreases as usual on my right side. So that is hopefully going to get done this week. I've been working on it in the car, because I've been bringing the box with me when I've been going on doing stuff with my mom and sister, but so it's a little bit further along than I had expected to be. So I think I'm going to bring it later today to work on too, which will be good. But that's mitered square. Now, I think a few weeks ago I had said that I had been wanting to make a bag for my mom, like a music bag, flute bag, or whatever. Well, earlier this week I had done something that she wasn't too thrilled with me doing. And so I finally told her, look, you want me to make a bag? Fine. Go get me the yarn and I'll do it. And this is why partially this week's episode is called The Attack of the Acrylic Monster. She wants me to make not one, not two, but 3 bags. I don't know why. She wants me to make 3. Well, she did say that she got me 3 different yarns in solid colors. And what she really wants is 3 bags in each solid color. She said that if I want to combine 2 of the colors, she only wants 2. But I'm such a picky knitter sometimes. I think I was this way when I was just a crocheter. I don't like mixing like different brands of yarn because the texture might be different. I mean, if the fiber content's the same, I probably will mix it. Like different colors is fine. But different types of fiber brands I won't. So this is what I'm currently bag number 1. I don't remember what size needles these are, unfortunately, because I pulled them out of another project. But this is what I have so far. This is just going to be the flap. This is out of Bernat satin, because she just went to our local big box craft store to get this. And I believe this is 100% acrylic, but just want to double check. Yeah, it's 100% acrylic. Machine washable. And this is in the colorway soft red. Not sure if you can see that because my lighting is kind of crummy today. But this is what, as I said, all I've got so far. But this is just the flap. And I told her, admittedly, I haven't been working on this, but she's been okay with that. Believe it or not, she really just wants me to like finish it because I have the best. I have the worst startitis. Like I start a project and then I'm like, I really don't want to work on it, but I know I have to. So she really wants me to. I'm using this project to show her that I can finish something. So, but as I told her, admittedly, I haven't been working on it as much as I should. But hopefully tomorrow I'll work on it, and then it will get a good dent into it, and then I'll be able to hopefully finish bag number 1, I should say, by the end of January, beginning of February, because I still have a couple of weeks to do that. Which means UFO bound, my sister Miriam's bag, that is on hiatus until at least I finish one of my mom's bags, which will be the one that I'm currently working on. So probably not until mid February I'll pick it up. Thankfully, she's okay with that because I'm going to be doing something different for her, and I will talk about that in a few minutes. because I want to get to the spin zone, I'm going to switch things up in my show notes. But by the time you see the show notes, it will be correct. So I want to get right into my spinning because it looks like I've made a lot of progress on this, which I have, but I haven't really plugged away on it this week because of the cold. I just haven't really been in a spinning mood because it's been so cold out. Thankfully, with it starting to warm up again, I should be able to spin a little bit more than I usually. I mean, I did do some spinning this week, but I just didn't spin as much as I wanted to. Like, I spun like maybe 15 minutes, like 2 days this week. I want to try to get to 15 minutes 3 days next week. And then just like take it from there. One of my big goals though is to have the first 2 ounces, because it's a 4 ounce roving. So the first half of it, to have that all spun up by the end of next week. Even if it's like less than half, I'll be okay. Because as I said last week, this is going to be my first like real spinning project in like a couple years. And I'm just doing a drop spindle. So I'm not like for this one yarn, I'm not really concerned about the weight or the yardage, because I know for a fact that I'm probably overspinning it a little bit. But it's gonna take me a little while anyway to just get through it. So once I get the first half done, I'm gonna put it on the nitty knotty and then put it either into a ball or sorry about the coughing again. Or onto a paper towel holder, which is probably a better idea. But yeah. So again, this will hopefully be about halfway done by the time you see next week. But I'm loving the colors. Like you can't see here, but like at the bottom where my leader kind of is, there's like a rust, like a red, and there's purples and greens, and yeah. So again, this is the Red Forest mushrooms from Jujua Bees Fibers, and I know I kind of screwed the name up a little bit, but I don't think I showed, but Angela, the owner, also sent me a little sample. It's probably an ounce of woodland flora and 100% merino as well. But yeah, very happy. As I said last week, this fiber is very squishy. So I'm very happy. So I hope my completed yarn keeps some of that squishiness. But I don't think it will, because, as I said, I overspun it a little, I believe. But let's see. What do I want to work on? The reason why I wanted to switch those 2 around is because this list has been added to. And it's the reason partially why the bag for Miriam is currently on hiatus because I've added to this. Let's see. What do I want to make? Let's see. Well, oats, which I've talked about. Mittens, which is going to be hopefully this. I don't know if this is going to be a 2015 mitten. Probably, if it is a 2015 mitten, it won't be till later this year. Because I'm not going to knit with this in the summer. But oats, mittens, a scarf for Miriam, which I think she really wants, like, right now, because with it being winter. I'm probably going to start that today after this episode is completed, because she has the yarn, she just has to give it to me. Sock head hat by Kelly McClure. It's a free pattern. I'm probably going to start that maybe next week, because I think that's going to be for me. And Dot Shawl, which is a paid pattern by Casapinka. I believe that's how I pronounce it. It's very cool. I believe it also uses sock yarn. And that's something else I want to start, like, soon. But I'm not sure if I'm going to start it next week or I'm just going to wait until I finish the scarf. I think I'll do that instead. I think I'll finish the scarf for my sister and then start the dot shawl. But the soccer hat, I probably will start next week because that is very easy. Oh, and I want to make socks. So I have to go get sock yarn anyway because I don't have any. And I'm probably not going to order any for right now, just because I want to work on like larger sock, like that will be out of acrylic, because I have a lot of acrylic yarn that I should probably use like a practice sock. So maybe even next week I will show you my practice sock, but I'm not 100% sure I'm going to start that. But yeah, and then finally, the last thing I want to do is I want to make something for my cousins. I have four first cousins, and they range in age from their 20s to, like, I want to say 7. 7 or 8, I forget how old my youngest cousin is. But I have 4 first cousins, 2 on my dad's side, 2 on my mom's side. I'm the oldest on both sides, which is a little bit hard because I'm not really close in age to any of them. Well, that's a partial lie. My oldest cousin on my mom's side is 2 years younger than I am, but we're not really close. And then, so it goes me, and then my cousin Sam, my sister, and then a couple months after my sister is Sam's brother Mickey, and then my 2 cousins, their sisters on my dad's side. Sam and Mickey are from my mom's side, and they're brothers. And also, the other reason why is that for most of our lives, we had lived far away from each other. Sam and Mickey live in Pennsylvania. Actually, Sam does. Mickey goes to college in Louisiana, because that's where he grew up. And then Hurricane Katrina had hit, So they moved up to this area where their mom's from, because their dad's from New York, because it's my mom's brother who is their father. And then on my dad's side, my aunt, who happens to be the one who taught me to crochet, it's her two girls. She didn't have kids till she was a little bit older. So I'm like, I want to say 15 years older than her oldest. Her oldest is almost a teenager. So she's gonna start dealing with those teenage years soon, within the next year or two. But I don't know what to really make them. Probably, definitely for Sam, I will definitely make something masculine. But let's see. Not sure really. About Mickey, I don't even know if I would even make anything for Mickey, because I'm not a big fan of his. That's all I'll say. For S and B, I'm not gonna tell you their names right now. But not sure what I will make for S and B. I have no idea what to make for B. So for purposes, Sam will always be Sam. Mickey will always be Mickey. Miriam will always be Miriam. But my two younger cousins will be S and B. Because I don't have their parents' permission to say their names. Sam and Mickey are adults, so I don't think they would care, and I don't think they will even see this. I don't even think S and B will be able to see this episode, but you never know. But the good thing is that several of the things that I talked about, including the bags that I'm going to be doing, do accomplish one of my 2015 goals, which is to make at least 3 things for my family and friends. And that includes neighbors, but I will probably get into neighbor knitting in June or October, June or July, I don't know yet. But I'm counting the bags from my mom as one project, because it's just easier that way, because she's my mother. So I think I'll be able to do everything except for the soccer hat. I think I'm going to do the sock head. I said soccer again. Sock head hat next week. And then once that is done, I think I'll start the dot shawl. Because the scarf I don't think is going to take too long. So what I think what I'm going to do is, once I finish the scarf for my sister, which hopefully will take a week or two, I'm going to do the sock head hat, and when I'm done that, I'll start the dot shawl, and those will both be for me. I think that's good planning. So I'm looking at my show notes right now, so it just works out that way. So I just have to change a couple things in my notes to show the changes, because the order I currently have it on my screen is a little bit different than the order I'm telling you. So I'll just change that up quickly before I upload this. Alright, and let's see, I have a couple more things to talk about today. Oh, possible cow down the road. I was thinking of doing a cow like in March, but I don't think that's gonna happen until May, just because I've got a lot on my plate right now, and I'll probably be going on a mini vacation in February, and then another trip in April. That's guaranteed. And then December, I got another trip like right before Christmas. So it's gonna be a very busy year, traveling wise. Plus I'm probably gonna go up to Connecticut a couple of times. But those will be probably quicker trips than usual. And then I gotta start making money. Not sure what I'm gonna exactly do yet. But yeah. I want to do a cow, but it won't happen until May. Once May rolls around, I think it will be a lot easier. And finally today, I looked on Knitter's Review. I'll have a link in the show notes for some upcoming retreats and stuff. So I just took a sample of what was written. There are 4 that interest me, kind of, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to go to any of them, even though 2 of them are kind of close, and then the other 2 are farther away. But on Knitter's Reviews website, there's a calendar with all the retreats for, I think, 2015. So you just go there and check them out. Next week, actually, January 16th to 18th, in New York City, is Vogue Knitting Live. I believe this is at the Marriott Marquis, in Times Square, and that's an amazing hotel. It is right across the street, basically, from the Mishkov Theater, which, is where The Lion King plays. The only thing is that if you're going, at least most of last year, because I had been to the Marquee a couple of times last year. They're actually doing construction around that area. I think they're just like cleaning it up and stuff like that. And I think they're redoing their Starbucks that's connected to the hotel, because I think that was closed for a good portion of last year. So if you're in the New York City area and you're going to this, have fun. I just wanted to warn you that there's probably going to be construction going on. But it's not terrible. You'll just see scaffolding and stuff like that. I mean, it's New York City. There's always something going on, construction-wise there. The next one is Pins and Needles Retreat. This is January 30th to February 1st in Berea, Kentucky. Stitches West, February 19th to the 22nd in Santa Clara, California. And Ocean City Fiber Fest, February 20th to the 22nd in Ocean City, Maryland. And I really want to go to this, but I don't think I'm going to, because Ocean City is a bit of a drive from here. And I looked at the, how to get there, and it looks like the only way to get there, if you're not driving, is by bus, and I'm not too thrilled about going on Greyhound, because I probably would have to switch in Baltimore, and I've never been to the Baltimore Greyhound station. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it, but stuff can change. Plus, I'm probably going to New York in February. Because last year we were supposed to go in February, and then my mom got like really sick. So we have some tickets that we really need to use. Hopefully they're still usable. If not, I'm probably gonna get yelled at. But hopefully it works out like that. So yes, working with a lot of acrylic. It's okay. It's not great. As I said before, though, I'm not a yarn snob, so it happens. So that is it for today. I will be back next week with more. Hopefully show you a little bit more progress on this. Hopefully this will be done, and this more progress. As for this set might not even be on. I might be finished this part. I don't know yet. But as I said, that's it for today. I will see you next week. Happy knitting. Au revoir. And until next time. Bye.